So here we are at the main entrance to the York Chester Brewing Company at the Riverside Complex in Belmont, North Carolina. And we're about to head inside and meet with Jarvis, the owner and head brewer, and we're going to talk about beer.
So we named the company York Chester Brewing Company because that's where we started at. It was actually in our neighborhood. We live in the York Chester Historic District, which is the seat of Gaston County. Basically, we wanted to name it there so it can remind us of where we came from, where we started, so we know, always know, how hard we worked to even get to this point, that we try to pay homage to where we live. I grew up in Kings Mountain, North Carolina. I was born and raised. Went to Kings Mountain High School and graduated from there. Grew up on the farm, a small family. Everybody was located on the farm. My family, my grandmothers, they made their own beer. Sometimes they made their own alcohol. So we were introduced to that when I was younger, and my dad grew up around it also. Never really thought about doing anything like that until I'll probably say, out of college and became a nurse. My wife told me I needed a hobby to try to relax, so I actually picked up brewing. I didn't want to invest a lot of money into it, so I made my own equipment from scratch. The first beer I ever made was terrible, but which was a good thing. My wife actually gave it to guests on my 30th birthday, and it was the worst beer I probably ever had, but it was a good thing. It actually spurred me to learn more about the craft and actually hone my skills. So I went from doing it occasionally, starting off, until I got the first product back and I was satisfied and intrigued. So I bypassed partial mash and went straight into all grain brewing, just because I wanted I read that it was the hardest thing to get used to and adjust to, and I wanted a challenge, so that's how I got into that. And slowly, instead of being a hobby, it became an obsession. Every week, my daughter's room right now used to be my fermentation room. My wife, we had a couple of incidents where things would blow up, but she was really a good sport about it. So we always joke about it now.
I was never really a big beer drinker myself until Jarvis got into home brewing, and then I began to like it as we went to different breweries and sampled. But as far as getting into the business, it's like I said, exciting and terrifying. Yeah.
But after probably, I say, 2 years doing that, I started to realize that I would like to go into brewing on a larger scale, but I always wanted to be on a nano system. I didn't want to be I didn't want to go in on a micro level just because I wanted to still have the creativity and flexibility that a smaller system would bring you, but I didn't want to be kind of right off the gate put into a certain craft or style just pegged in there because I had a larger system where I had to keep continually making a product I knew that was people enjoyed. With this system, we're able to, the flexibility that we have is just amazing. We can go from different styles, we can try, experiment. If something doesn't turn out right, we're not breaking the bank if we don't enjoy it or don't like it. I actually ran into Pat Brennan at a beer tasting. It was at Grizzly's Beer Fest. We were actually set up next to each other. My wife was pregnant at the time. I think she was about 7 months. He was setting up his display, and one of the oars fell and cracked my wife in the head. So that's how we got to know each other. He then, we began a relationship, started coming over, didn't know this place was here, began talking with him, and he decided to, months later when he was moving to his new location, that he wanted to sell this location. And he knew I'd been looking for a spot for a while, so we actually came to an agreement and we moved in here and took over the lease April of 2016. We opened October 15th, 2016, after getting all our license, which is a very strenuous, arduous task. So once we did that, like I said, we were brewing here prior to that, and we've been brewing ever since. It's been very enjoyable. So we have a 2-barrel electric system. This is a 3-barrel hot liquor tank, which is electrically powered. It has a heating element on the inside, which is very efficient. It gets our mash temperatures exactly where we need them to be. The mash tun and boil kettle are both 2 barrels. We go into a 4 2-barrel fermenters where we ferment our beer. And when we need to carbonate, we move over to a 2-barrel bright tank. All these tanks are glycol shield. We have them insulated because they are single wall. They hold the temperature and get the job done. So it's a very, very efficient system. Most of the things that we try to do here, we try to recycle as much water as possible. We try to keep as much waste out of the sewer as we possibly can. So when we're actually cooling the beer down, we're actually recycling back into our hot liquor tank to get ready for our next mash. So that's something we try to do to prevent a lot of water waste, and it helps us in the bottom line in our pocket too. We have our control panel, which controls the whole system, timing, heating elements, temperature, very efficient. The previous owner designed everything that was in here. He did a really good job with that, and it carries through our product. You can really tell the difference from going from a homebrew level up to a commercial level. It's an amazing difference in the accuracy and the flavors that you can get out of your beer. Our tasting room has 10 seats on the inside. We have 6 picnic tables on the outside with a fire pit. We have the capability of putting 5 tables in the loading bay area. We try to be as flexible as we can with our seating because we are small. Our hours you can find on our website, which is yorkchesterbrew.com. You can also find it on our social media, which would be Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Google Map us, find directions on our website, or you can actually give us a call and we'll be happy to direct you here.